One of the things, immediately you're going to get a benefit of is the screen, which fills up the whole front of it there. And it's actually just as big, like a little longer diagonally.
Show it to camera.
Yeah, a little fatter than the big size Plus phones, which are bulky in your pocket. You get it all here, right? And it's a very sharp screen. It's got what's called OLED, technology in it, and it's super bright. So if you're, ever buy it and you think, boy, I paid $1,000 for a phone, every time you look at it, it'll say, you paid for something.
The number one question that I see from people is about the lack of Touch ID, now Face ID. In your review, you said you kind of had to give it a look. And are you talking to me in order to open it at first?
Do it now. It took a little while for me to get used to. I think I've got it now. So you see it there, and they're unlocked. Bang. And then,
that's it. That's just one movement that you did.
So maybe it wasn't fair. It took me a couple days before I really mastered it. Because quite reasonably, Apple doesn't want it to turn on anytime it's sitting across the table and thinks it caught a glimpse of you, right?
I was struck during the commercial break. I was trying to open it with my face, and very quickly the padlock logo at the top just sort of shook its head.
Yeah, and if you do it a few times, then I can't get in it unless I put the code in. If it feels that someone's trying to break it in, I guess they figure maybe by the 5th time they'll bring a mask of you. I don't understand what the deal is.
Have you held it up to a photo of yourself?
I did. I held it up to a photo, and that didn't work. Apparently,
it didn't work.
It did not work. Apparently, it takes like 30,000 dots in your face. It really is intense. And I think what that points to is eventually it's going to be used not just for the Apple uses of turning on the phone and you use it for Apple Pay now, but other people, third-party developers are going to use it, and your face is going to be a big part of personalization in other apps like Facebook maybe.
How good does the lighting have to be in the room?
Not bad. As it turned out, I was in a dim room last night and it came on.
So what developers do with this is going to add to the value of it. To what type of consumer do you say, hey, go out as soon as you can get one and get this? Because as a reviewer, you've got to consider the broad public and whether this is a phone for everyone or just for the diehards.
If you have a pocketbook that can take it, I'd say now's the time to upgrade. You've probably been waiting. And I think a lot of people, Apple introduced 2 phones the same day. They introduced the 8 and the 10, right? Which is kind of crazy. It's like Toyota saying, here's our 2017 version, and here's our 2020 version. Which one do you want to buy? So a lot of people were waiting for this, and I think they'll find it worth the extra few dollars a month in an installment plan or the extra couple $100 to buy this one.
We mentioned your original review of the original phone, and one of the lines, this is great, this is June '07. One of the most hyped consumer products ever, comes pretty close to justifying the bombast. Can we say something similar about the 10 or not?
Well, I think it is an iteration. It is, and I think, it's an excellent one, right? Because something is good when you have to learn new things in order to use it. I say any new upgrade can't be very dramatic if you do the same exact things for it. So I think this is a major upgrade there, but it isn't as much of an earthquake as the original iPhone.
Were there any rules what did you have to sign when they gave you this thing? Was it?
And why don't you have a OtterBox?
My firstborn, now that the embargo's over, can breathe easy. Let me put it that way.
So further on that topic, there's an Apple engineer's daughter, or at least she claimed to be, posted a video on YouTube before anyone was supposed to. What's worse, it was video of the iPhone iPhone 10 taken from inside Apple's campus, Apple's cafeteria. Lots of no-nos there. The word is, though Apple hasn't officially said anything, that this engineer was fired. How different is that? And I go way back on this one. How different is that from classic Apple?
Well, I think what happened was apparently people took that video and looked at it frame by frame and maybe saw something that an employee would have that I didn't get on my phone, right? So I don't know the circumstance of it. In any case, I think the optics aren't great for Apple there. They can't, but they are very hardcore about secrecy, and I think probably they feel if they didn't take strong action, then employees might be a little lax.
How did they get the phone to you? Did they just mail it, or did you have to?
Oh, no. I had to go and,
Did they blindfold you on the trip there?
Yeah.
One last thing, does this rebut the argument that phone technology is essentially plateaued? All the bells and whistles we'd ever need, we already have.
I think there's room for improvement, but I feel that, and I wrote this in Backchannel, that in the next 10 years, the iPhone 20, we may not be talking about it so much. There might be something different coming along. I think we're on a path where what Apple says a little bit about this phone is that they've made it invisible by putting the screen there. Things are going to get literally invisible, and that's what we're moving towards. I feel the future belongs to augmented reality, where we don't carry along the physical things, but somehow, maybe through glasses or something else, we're going to be computing by just moving our arms in the air and seeing things.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Right.
It's taking a 30,000-point scan of your face. How can people say there's nothing new? Goodness.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.